If you're anything like me, you have a lot of characters that don't see the light of day. You've redesigned them over and over again, changed their lore, gone months without drawing them, only to convince yourself that they will in fact get 5 seasons, a spin-off show, and a movie. Right. Well, as delusional as it might seem, I did create plans to have that years ago. I created my main OC and an entire timeline that would link every one of my stories together. And while they won't be getting their own show yet, I think it's time to begin the world building project that they were always meant to have. This video will be the start of a series where I will go through my most prominent characters and their stories and document their progression week by week. We'll go over characters, environments, and anything that is relevant to this world as a whole, and any of the designs you see today and in future videos most likely won't be the final design. For now, I just want to chat about my characters and the redesign process, and we will get to their final design a little bit later. But let's just get into it. Izzy Brooks is a rambunctious, sociable, and most would call a nosy 14-year-old girl. As the daughter of one of the most famous women in the world, known for her advocacy, leadership, but also her mysterious disappearance, Izzy is in a constant battle with herself on how she will manage to live up to her mother's standards and legacy. But after making an accidental and interdimensional discovery, Izzy now has the opportunity to make her mother proud. Along with her twin brother Isaiah and their friends, Izzy takes it upon herself to be the best leader and hero that this or any other world has ever seen. These two characters, Izzy and Isaiah, are one of, if not my oldest OCs that actually have a background that I've drawn back in 2020, and their designs and their lore looked very different. While they have changed a lot over the years, the story fundamentally is about childlike curiosity, whimsy, and self-discovery. And while Isaiah is certainly an important aspect of this story, I would say that Izzy is the main protagonist of this world, and maybe even the universe itself. Now, of course, I don't want to give too much away with this story, but to better understand her character, we do have to take a slight introduction to Izzy and Isaiah's mother. Their mother was the leader of a specialized task force, assigned with solving all sorts of problems in the world. Battling a climate crisis, worldwide medical aid, cultural advocacy, and saving endangered species, their mother was the face of it all. But after a rogue mission gone wrong, the matriarch of the Brooks household has gone missing. So as you can imagine, this affects Izzy and Isaiah in a multitude of ways. And for Izzy specifically, her mother was always there to be her role model, and she must now learn to be like her mom without her, and maybe even to be better than her. There is much more to this story that I will go over in future videos, but for now, let's talk about her design. So if we look back at 2021, 2022 designs, while the design aspects themselves aren't really there, in my head at least, I always knew that I wanted her to feel outdoorsy and adventurous. Now, it took some time for my draftsmanship to catch up to my storytelling abilities, but it wasn't until 2023 where I drew her and it felt like her. Now, I do really love this drawing, but basically every aspect of her character since then has changed. So this concept of this magical journal does not exist. At least it won't exist in the same way. And I think in this drawing, Izzy feels very cocky and confident. And now, instead of that, she is more naive. Both versions of her believe that they know the right answers to every situation and that only she can have the answers, but the way she goes about it now is slightly different. Honestly, the first version, she didn't seem as likable, so it's now my goal to bring back some innocence to her and make you want to root for her instead. Now that I'm a more experienced character designer, I do always start my characters with some silhouette designs because it really does help me just think of different design aspects for the character. And for Izzy, I honestly didn't want to change too much. I mainly just wanted to update her. You know, going back to the designs from 2023, 2024, I do like how she looks. I just think some things can be a little more clean. And as you can see with these drawings, this was the first time I was really drawing her face with my new style without really referencing her old drawings too much, but they felt slightly off. You'll notice that every time I try to draw her without her bandana, I can't go through with it. So I immediately think that that has to be a part of her final design. Now this final section of the video, we are going over the final exploration designs, at least for this video. And you'll see that because I did like the older drawings so much, I really studied how I used to draw her. I drew over her old proportions to see how I can improve them but keep the feeling the same. And one thing I definitely struggled with a lot is redrawing my characters, remembering what they're supposed to look like, especially in a redesign phase like this. So I'm looking forward to making an updated character sheet for her in the future videos. And something to notice is her shape language did change quite a bit. Of course, as the main protagonist, oftentimes characters will be built off of rounded shapes, but for Izzy now, because she often gets in her own way, I want her shape language to feel a little more conflicting. Rounded triangles instead of complete circles, or an opportunity to make her outfit maybe a little more pointy or jagged might suit her new personality well. And maybe her outfit will evolve as she does, and hopefully she has some good character development too. But for now, I really do like where her new design is going. She feels friendly, cute, and still adorable, but also determined and unafraid of what she might discover. She has a sort of intenseness about her, and I really like that now. So what did I get done this week? Well, I got a good amount of silhouette poses done that I'll definitely refer back to when it comes to designing her outfits and key poses. And I have 3 updated drawings that I personally love, and I feel like they reflect who her character is supposed to be. But I would love to know what you guys think. Feel free to comment below a timestamp if there is an aspect of her design that you loved, and we can come back to it when it comes to making her quote-unquote final design. And with that, I am happy to finally introduce to you Isabella Izzy Brooks.